Welcome to Fraser 365. I'm Chris Montgomery, Senior Pastor of Fraser Church, and I'm excited for you to be joining us on the study of the book of Colossians. May the Lord bless and challenge you as we seek to know the Master so that we can live His mission.
This is day 12 of Your New Life. Today's title is Christ is Creator of All Things. Alexander Maclaren said, "We believe that to Christ belongs creative power, that without him was not anything made which was made. We believe that from him came all life at first. In him, life was as in its deep source. He is the fountain of life. We believe that no being comes into existence without his creative power, so none continues to exist without his sustaining energy. We believe that the history of the world is but the history of his influence, and that the center of the whole universe is the cross of Calvary." Our text today is Colossians 1, verse 16. "For by him all things were created, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. Whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, all things were created through him and for him." Frank Sheed was a Catholic author and publisher in the late 1940s. Sheed had a way of making statements that would put naysayers and hecklers in their place. Once, after Sheed had described the extraordinary order and design in the universe that God created, a persistent challenger retorted by pointing to all the world's problems. This heckler ended his rant shouting the following words toward Sheed: "I could make a better universe than your God." Sheed's response was incredible. He replied, "I won't ask you to make a universe, but would you make a rabbit just to establish confidence?" We have been given our mission to the world by the one who is creator of everything. Christ created more than just a rabbit. He created all things, and Paul adds, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. Our Creator God has a list of created wonders that cannot be numbered. Paul uses three short prepositional phrases to describe Christ's role as creator. David Powell calls these three prepositional Christology. In him were created all things. The expressions in him, through him, and for him further define the relationship between Christ and all things. Ernest Martin, in the Believer's Church Bible Commentary, explains these phrases as follows. The three prepositions broaden our understanding of the Son of God as the cosmic Christ, not limited to existence on earth as we know it. We rightly speak of God as the Creator, but to be true to this, when we speak of the action of creation, we need to also say that Christ participated directly in that creative work. In defines the sphere of activity and conveys that God's creative activity does not take place apart from Christ. Through suggests that he is the means or agent of creation. For defines the goal of all creation. Christ's supremacy over all things, in harmony with his participation in the creation of all things, is not limited to the material universe and human beings. It includes also the cosmic powers, often referred to as principalities and powers. Four of the many terms used to designate these powers appear here as representative of all such: thrones, dominions, rulers, and authorities. Colossians clearly says that the powers derive their existence from Christ. The enormous size of creation displays the colossal majesty of our Creator God. The statement, "Christ is the creator of all things," puts Jesus in a class all by himself. The story is told of a Christian professor who constructed a planetarium, a precisely scaled model of the universe. A student who believed in evolution came into his office and asked him who made it. The professor said, "No one." The student laughed and asked again, "Come on, who made this fantastic piece of precise work?" The professor replied, "No one, it just happened." The student became confused and angry, and the professor said, "Well, if you can go out of this class and look at all of nature around you and believe it just happened, you can also believe this precise piece of work just happened without a creator." The complexity of this world points to the intricate work of our Creator. We have a great creation because we have a perfect Creator. and God made it all to bring glory to His name. Consider these questions. When you look at creation, what does it say about your Creator? What comes to mind when you read this description of creation? In heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. How does the phrase, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, add a whole new level to His role as Creator? The last phrase in Colossians 1:16 reads, "All things were created through Him and for Him." How does this statement impact your worship of God today? Please pray with me. Lord, thank you for your beautiful creation. Thank you for the beauty in the world we see around us. And thank you for the power of prayer. Thank you for your love. Amen.